Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Racing 2003 season. We are at the night race at Bristol, a half-mile bull ring with a lot of action that awaits us. We are continuing our season in the 2000 mod. We have Matt Kenseth there right in front of us. Let's try to get a good start. Brandon is up there 3 rows ahead of us in the 28 Texaco Haviland Ford. Pace car will get off the track real quick. Green flag is in the air. The 21 forces us down. Elliott Sadler, what are you doing, man? I know he's decent at Bristol, but come on. We'll pick up the bottom here. We might be able to clear Elliott just a touch on the back bumper. Let's go get these guys under the 31 here. We will complete lap 1, and let's get into turn number 1 here. We should be able to clear that outside groove and start settling in here. Nadu, just a touch on Nadu up top, no worries. Single file is the way we want to go here at Bristol. It should be pretty easy to start. Well, yellow flag is out. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. I will clutch in and see if we can do this on no stop. So I will go ahead and speed through this caution and be right back with you for the restart. Coming back to green, ladies and gentlemen, Sterling Marlin is on the bottom row there. We're settled in behind Bobby Labonte. Let's hope we can get a clean start. We are dead even on our projected laps to go. If we just race conservative here, we should be able to stretch our fuel out. Green flag is back out. Looks like the leaders may be racing among one another. We have Bill Elliott right behind us with heavy pressure. Bobby Labonte looking to the inside there behind Brandon. I don't know if these guys will pit. It looked like a few of them did on the last pit exchange. If these guys in front of us pit, then that may be beneficial. I don't know if anyone else is on the no-stop strategy, but we have 1 lap to the good. Mark Martin is hounding me there in the mirror. I may let him go, assuming that Mark is going to pit here. I don't want to put myself in a bad position. We haven't done that many laps. The caution, however, did help our tire wear, as we're not using up our tires under yellow. So any yellow we can get is good, as long as we have time to make our way up and pass the leaders. Now the leaders will be catching lap traffic the longer we go green, for sure. With this single file restart, they were already 1.5 lap behind when we took the green. Oh great, another yellow. Well, we will come back across the line here. We'll start clutching. We already have a lot of fuel to the good, but 1 more yellow flag, and oh wow, that 90. Yeah, so the 90 was involved in that one, but we are sticking to our guns and not pitting, so we will see you for the restart. On the backstretch now, getting ready to go back to green. We have the 26 on our inside, and it looks like Terry Labonte, who pitted as well. Definitely the majority of the cars decided to pit. Brandon and I stayed out. We're sticking true. We have more than enough fuel to make it to the end now. We just have to sort of hope that our tires haven't fallen off as much as everyone else's. Green flag is in the air. Brandon gets a good start. He will lead that lap. Let's see if we can get around the 26 here and drive solid off the turn. Terry Labonte pressuring him very hard. I'm not going to move down quite yet. Even though he says we're clear, I don't want him to stick a nose back under us. And there we go. We will settle in here. 32 laps remaining in this event. They'll tick by fairly quickly at 15 to 16 seconds per lap, and that goes by very quick. What we're looking for is for the AI drivers that have not pitted to pit and basically open up that gap behind us. I believe we have a few cars a lap down as well, so there isn't that many on the lead lap here. Brandon is setting a decent pace. We have Mark Martin right behind us. Laps should tick away here. 30 laps to go. So we are 20 laps in, 30 laps to go. Basically a third of the way through this race here. Scraping the wall. I will let Mark go. There's a big gap behind him. I'm not going to pressure myself too quickly. I'll hope that Mark Martin comes down pit road soon, and we can just take that position very easily. Looking back, though, we have plenty of clear track, and speaking of clear track, Brandon has set sail as well. It's only a matter of time before he starts catching up to lap traffic. Should be 3 or 4 more laps, I believe, and then lap traffic will definitely be a factor. Looking in the mirror, we have Jeff Burton and Dale Earnhardt behind us. Now, they may have pitted. They could be on fresh tires as well, although I'm not entirely sure. Laps ticking by here. We're trying not to overdrive the car, even though we have plenty of fuel in the tank. We're sort of keeping the tires up under us. We don't want to go pushing too awful hard, as, you know, 4X tire wear at Bristol. I'm sure that one slide will pretty much do us in, and we will have to pit. And under green flag conditions here at Bristol, that is a death sentence as far as the finish is concerned. Scraping that wall just a little bit. I'm out of my rhythm a touch. Mark is sort of leaving us here. We're putting up not bad times. We're only 2/10 off of our fastest lap. Burton is really starting to push hard. I don't know if I like the fact that he is just sort of resting right there. There's the halfway mark. Let's get under Mark, speaking of which. Oh, and of course Mark Martin is going to drive hard. You know, that's not Mark Martin-like at all. Once we have the spot, Mark should have rolled over and let us go. So not only do we have a car to the outside that we're trying to pass, but Jeff Burton is all over our rear bumper all the same. Well, that didn't help anybody. We lost, what, a whole half-tenth? Or a half second on that? Absolutely atrocious. It's faster for us if we stay behind Mark, but we'd be even faster if we could get around him. It feels like he is slowing us up. Let me try the high lane here. Jeff Burton tries to see that as an opening, and Earnhardt on his bottom. That would have put us 3 wide. Now, if Earnhardt gets to the bumper, I am going to probably let him go. His aggression is very high, as is expected with Earnhardt at Bristol. So I do not want to be the Terry Labonte victim here. He is sort of looking low here. It sucks for us to have to watch the mirror while we pressure Mark. Looking in the mirror, I miss a mark here or there, and ultimately we want to pass Mark. That's our goal. We're getting bite from center, but we do not have drive off. We kind of got him on corner entry, and then right here when he gets back on the gas, his rear tires, I believe, are on the same cycle as ours. I don't think we can get the grip to drive by him, and Earnhardt is just looming there in the mirror. Lap traffic is starting to become a factor here. We are less than 20 laps to go, coming to 18 laps to go. Not very long in the grand scheme of things. If that's a whole race at Talladega or Daytona, 18 laps. Let's get under Mark here. Goodbye. Whoa, sliding. Save it. Whew. It is a good thing that Bristol had pavement down there, but we lost the spot to Earnhardt there in that. And I don't know what that did to the tire wear, but for crying out loud, Mark Martin is slowing us down, and it looks like he's slowing down Earnhardt as well. Maybe if Earnhardt opens up the door, we can follow him through. When it comes to Mark Martin, we'll be right here on Dale's back bumper. Keeping air on the nose on the left-hand side, and we've got lap traffic looming big in the windshield for sure. Brandon has to navigate that lap traffic, and we're not close enough to him to benefit from him. And we've got lap cars side by side in front of us. That's going to bring them right back to us. That's not good for anybody. Whoa, touch of Earnhardt. Whew. About lost that one there. I wasn't anticipating Dale to... Oh, Mark Martin is pitting. So we'll make up that spot. That's handy. Earnhardt will be pinned by Kenny Irwin Jr., but not for long. Earnhardt goes for the pass. We'll be able to capitalize on Earnhardt's door there. Get under the 42 here. And we are around. Now what that's going to do is bring these cars that have already pitted past guys like Mark Martin. Those that pitted under caution stayed on their lap, but now that Mark Martin is pitted under green, he is going to drop back like a rock versus all of these other cars staying out. Mayfield up against the wall. Mayfield doing a scoot. Mayfield is scooting up against the wall. I don't know what he was trying to do, but he didn't do a very good job of it. Under Mayfield now. If Michael Waltrip can get on the gas. Move, Mikey. Tell you what. All right, we're past Mayfield now. We can use the track. Waltrip is going to look under Kyle Petty here. Jeez, this is caught between a rock and a hard place. Kyle Petty taking up the outside groove. Trying to push Waltrip through on the bottom. He's under the number 90. That car has been a wrecking ball throughout this race. I want to get around him as quickly as possible. We will clear him indeed. Doesn't look like he has a hood. So he is definitely down, possibly on cylinders as well. We've got a good bite here, but Waltrip is holding that bottom, and we can't get to the gas as early as we would like. He's just sort of riding there, unfortunately. We need to get around him, back to the gas. All right, I think we'll get him here. Let's look to the inside. We'll get a nose on there. Use the apron just a touch to help turn the car. We're past Mikey, thank goodness. And we are around him and catching up very quickly to the 4, who seems to be going slow. Holy crap. Get out of the way, Kodak. Here's a Kodak moment for you. I'll put you down on the apron. How about that? All right, good run here. And he's fighting back on the bottom, you stooge. Get out of my way. All right, so we will be good there. Set sights on the 43, picking and choosing. 6 laps to go now. Most of these cars should be a lap down, but our lap times are suffering for sure. Although, I mean, we are on those older tires. I don't know how much faster we could be if we were in clean air, but definitely faster than this, I feel. All right, Buckshot down there at the bottom, and it looks like the number 11 of Brett Bodine is slowing him up. The high lane seems to be where we're going to go here. If they're going to hog the bottom, we can sort of pivot that outside, and there we go. Get that good drive off of turn 4, shoot down the front straightaway. I'm not going to pull down on him quite yet. All right, we should be clear here. Let's set sail and set on the number 11 with 4 laps to go. Coming to 3 laps to go. There's 3 laps to go. Brandon's just taking it. Brandon looked like he was in the wall up there just a bit. Earnhardt should be not too far away. That could get interesting. A battle for the lead we might be able to capitalize on. Let's go under the 11 here. And we're going to clear him off the turn. 2 laps to go now. I wonder if we will be able to capitalize on any mistakes here. No, we are not. Yellow flag is out. The yellow and the white will come out together. Now, if this was overtime rules, we would go to a green-white checker, but the yellow and the white flag is out together. We will come in third unless Earnhardt doesn't make it back to the line. Sort of an anticlimactic finish. Third isn't bad, I will say that. With that win, Brandon will tie us for 7 wins apiece this year. We had 12 laps of gas in the tank. We were more than capable of making it. But you know, whatever's clever. All right, so Earnhardt does make it. We will come across the line in third. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the night race at Bristol. So, we have 2 races before the chase points are reset. Darlington next week, which I am cautiously nervous about. The tire wear there is going to be monstrosity. It's just going to chew those tires up like crazy. Fuel, I don't know if fuel will be a problem, but I'm guessing we may have to pit once, maybe twice on tires. That is a very rough, fast racetrack, very narrow lane. Somebody could get into some major trouble next week. And then after Darlington is the cutoff race at Richmond, where afterwards we will reset the points and set our chase field. Hard to believe we're a few weeks away from the chase. But let's take a look at this first lap crash and see what really happened. Ward Burton was involved. Here we go. Oh, lap 1. All right. So he starts lap 2 here behind the 90, and that car was involved in several other accidents as well. Ward gets into the 90. Whoa! Big save into the 12. Together. Smash. Wow, that is crazy. Junior with the hit. That is going to have big chase ramifications for sure. But let's take a look at the standings after Bristol. Brandon and I are tied with 7 wins apiece. Earnhardt, Jarrett Gordon Stewart without any change. Jeff Burton and Bobby Labonte, as long as they start the next 2 races, they are locked into the championship. So we have set half of our field. Bill Elliott cut half of his lead. So with Junior and that last place finish, Elliott did the work. So it is still possible for Elliott or even Newman maybe to points their way in, which is pretty incredible. But a win is a surefire way to come in. But that is going to do it for me in this episode, ladies and gentlemen, of NASCAR Racing 2003 season. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at Darlington. Take care.